Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-March 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the beautiful, lovely Leo collective. My God, Spirit Team, talk to me. What do we have for my friends here? As we move through mid-March, we're almost in Aries season. What's happening? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Leo, please. Guides and Spirit Team, what's happening for my friends? The last few weeks, the energy has been leaning a little more positive. It's been an interesting one for sure. Okay, ooh, we got the Femme Fatale. Now, this could mean a lot of things specifically in a Leo reading, because this is very much fire sign type of energy. It's beautiful, it's confident, but there's a little danger attached to her as well. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit more about this Femme Fatale. So if you look at the illustration, we see this beautiful woman all dressed in red. She is holding a rose with thorns. There's Venus flytraps. So there is a sense of beauty to this card. That's the first thing I always say. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's very confident. Just like you think of with what people say are fire sign attributes. So like forward momentum, very confident in themselves and how they look. For some of you, maybe you're changing something about your look or your style when this card is in the mix. But once again, there's a layer of danger to this card. So just know, like, if this isn't you being like extra extroverted and confident, Spirit could be saying, okay, Leo, there's something around you that, although it may seem very appealing, very alluring, it might be pulling you in, you might want to slow the roll a little bit. Like, there could be something that has a little layer. I don't want to use a word like danger, but it's like something you should be looking out for. So watch out for anything too tempting in this time. That's one thing. But for some of you, if we're just talking about your self-confidence and how you're feeling, this is a beautiful energy to start with. But we're just going to put her down over there. Obviously, you just take it how it hits for you. And I always say this first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you going into tarot, though. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. I'll shuffle it up here for the lovely Leos. And while we get this deck all shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading, my friends. Keep your head on a swivel the next couple of weeks. The reading was titled A Big Surprise. And I was picking that up for all the fire signs, that a lot of things could be popping in. A lot of situations, lots of people, things taking a turn out of nowhere. Yours did feel more positive than negative, though. It did feel like there was someone either wanting to surprise you or you wanting to surprise somebody else. But we're going to see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going here. 3 cards for the lovely Leos. What do we have in mid-March, please? What's happening? Okay. And the deck is all jumpy. It wants to talk to you here. Thank you. Okay, 3 of Cups. Very good. That's a beautiful energy that we're starting with at the very least. Okay, so you might have some really good things coming in here, Leo. Okay, I'm already picking that up. Let's get a couple more before I speak too much on it. But I love the 3 of Cups energy. I think it's really positive. It's very nice. Okay, so we have a little bit of Pentacles here. 2 of Pentacles, things starting to maybe mellow out. Could be good, starting to balance out. This is a really good card. Let's get one more. And that could just be your sense of equilibrium and your sense of balance. Thank you. Okay, 8 of Wands. So we do have like some sort of important communication that could be coming in here. Or action, forward movement, forward momentum. We have the 8 of Wands right here. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, Leo, I do like what I'm feeling here. Looking down, we have a mixture of elements. We have water, we have earth, we have fire. Now, this could be separate situations. It could be different aspects of the same thing. But the one thing I will say about each and every one of these cards, they do represent positivity, or they lean positive most of the time, and there's forward action and momentum. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. Position number 1, the Three of Cups. Now, as with all cards, it does have a lot of positives. It does have some challenges. So let's go through them real quick. Three of Cups, you see the people there, they're having a toast, they're cheersing it up, they're drinking, partying, having a good time. So when I see this, I think of celebration. So for a lot of Leos, this could represent a win or a victory coming in for you. Something that you may want to celebrate or something you will be celebrating. This is really good. Living it up, having a good time. That's what I think of when this card's here. Now, as with all threes, this could represent your circle of acquaintance. So like going out with friends, reconnecting with friends, hanging out with them, stuff like that. Or just the energy of a person you're connected to when we clarified here. The Three of Cups does have a bit of a downside though. Like I said, it could represent funky group dynamics. Three of Cups could also represent people that party it up a little too much, right? They throw a few too many back. They get a little wild with this card. So this card can be a little wild, and it could easily be spirit saying like, hey Leo, don't overindulge in anything in this time. Like try to keep it mellow for whatever reason, but I'm not going to read a negative into this card when I'm feeling positive to begin with. So the clarifier will really tell us whether this is your energy or somebody else's. Now moving to the center, we have the Two of Pentacles. Beautiful. Now this card could mean a lot of different things. First and foremost, it's a card of balance. Now all cards, all twos specifically, could represent decisions. They could represent choices, being at a crossroads in life. Do I do this? Do I do that? Do I go left? Do I go right? So you might be up against the wall in some sort of decision. This is a good sign, though. It could be telling us you're about to make the right move or make the right decision. Notice the infinity symbol. Okay, this is a very spiritual energy involved here. It's harmonious. It's things coming into a state of balance or very close to it. So this could be nice, but the other side of the Two of Pentacles, this person is literally juggling. This is somebody that has like a lot on their hands, whether it's different situations, whether it's juggling like lots of people and stuff like that. We're not fully going to go that route, but yeah, when I see the Two of Pentacles, it could be just someone with a very busy schedule or a lot on their plate. Okay, but it's someone who's pulling it off. That's the one thing I will say. And in its negative sense, the Two of Pentacles could represent something that's not fair. It could represent something that isn't balanced, something that's just really off balance, off kilter, that needs to be figured out. So depending on what the clarifier is, it could be a problem. Now, moving to the back end, we have the Eight of Wands. Forward action, forward movement. This is a huge card of making big action, big leaps and gains, things moving forward. And the biggest thing with the Eight of Wands, although it's the fastest card, it could represent communication, okay? Of the fire element, it's hot and heavy. There's a lot of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So there could be important talks coming in or talks in general. We really want to clarify to see what the flavor could be. Now on the, I don't want to say rougher side, but the challenging side of this Eight of Wands, it could represent unpredictable energy, which we've been seeing for you for a couple of weeks. So whether it's a situation where it's very unpredictable, whether it's an unpredictable person, whether this is that unexpected energy around talking and communicating, we'll just have to see. And with the Eight of Wands, it is very explosive because it is of the fire element. So we want to see what that could be about. Hopefully it's positive. So we're going to put that down. I want to dive deeper on all of it, Leo. Let's jump in and clarify. Get a good shuffle here for my friends. See what's happening, guides and spirit team. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Three of Cups. Hopefully we got some happy news coming in. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Leo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, talk to me. Why is this Three of Cups in the mix? Quick, nice and quick. Okay, King of Swords. There is somebody that might need to lighten up a little bit. Okay, when I see the King of Swords in reverse underneath this Three of Cups, this could be a person you're connected to that's like very grumpy, very grouchy, very serious in their own ways. So whether this is, it could be a couple different things. One, if that is a person around you, they really might need to just like lighten up and get out of their head a little bit. For a portion of you, this could be spirit telling you like, hey Leo, maybe cut loose and have a little fun. right? All work and no play is no good for no one, right? King of Swords could represent an air sign that you're connected to. Now, if you're not connected to an air sign, this is usually a very intellectual card. It's plans, it's strategies, it's somebody who's always thinking. So when I see it in reverse underneath this Three of Cups, that's just the straight up message I'm picking up, okay? Where either somebody really should or needs to lighten up. So once again, if you have dealings with a person where they're always like, grumpy, angry, mean, Spirit could be saying like, listen, that person, they need to lighten up in one way or another. Or you might just need to get out of your head about something and have a little fun, cut loose. Okay, now I do always say people have fun in various different ways, right? It isn't always just going out and partying. Sometimes it could be getting out into nature, hanging out with friends, whatever it is. Somebody needs to cut loose a little bit because the pressure of something feels like a little too much here. So we're going to keep moving over. If that resonates for you, if you've been pressurized or going through some things, Spirit could really want you to cut loose a little bit, okay? So let's see why that Two of Pentacles is here. Why is the Two of Pentacles here for Leo, please? Guides and Spirit team. What's happening here? Okay, thank you. Okay, yeah, we have the Hanged Man in the upright underneath this Two of Pentacles. Something might be coming to a pause or a halt. Okay, now it doesn't feel permanent to me. Okay, with the Hanged Man underneath the Two of Pentacles, it's like, just give me a second. I need a minute here. That's just the vibe I'm picking up. The Hanged Man, it could represent a Scorpio, could represent a Virgo for some of you. Pardon me. And when I see it there, yeah, I mean, maybe some of you are the types of people where you put the well-being of others ahead of yourself, right? Or you just always want to look out for somebody, help someone out. And I know a lot of Leos in my personal life, very warm people, very loving people, affectionate people. And when I see this lingering underneath, it could be Spirit saying like, hey, make sure you're taking care of yourself in this time, Leo. Very important here. But the main thing I'm picking up with this Hanged Man clarifying this Two of Pentacles is like, yeah, things are going to come into a state of balance. There could be something that's at a halt, at a pause, or you might need to slow it down. Okay, that's just a big thing. Does it have to deal with this first thing? Absolutely not. It could be something totally different. But if that's resonating with you, I think you already know what I mean. Now, if you are currently at a stop, a halt, or a pause, Spirit is saying like, okay, that's where it needs to be right now. Okay, like things just need to slow down. Once again, I don't feel like it's permanent forever, but it just does feel like something could be at a stop or a standstill. So let's move over to the Eight of Wands. Remember, this could be the past too, like how we look at these cards. It could be like the past, present, future. You interpret it as well as we move along. Let's go in on that Eight of Wands, see what's up. So let's see why that Eight of Wands is in the mix. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadows. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, and this just comes out super quickly. We have the High Priestess in reverse underneath this Eight of Wands. So someone popping in out of nowhere. For a portion of you, I did say like this energy could be very explosive on the back end. I don't feel like it's as much action as it is like talking or a conversation here. Now, the High Priestess, she is linked to Pisces. Okay, we are currently in Pisces season at the time of this filming, but I also link it to all the other water signs. So we have different various zodiac signs showing up here. It could be any water sign. But if that's not the case, the High Priestess, yes, she's psychic, she's intuitive, energetic links and all that. So the energy of someone you're connected to could be playing a big effect on you in this time whenever we have the High Priestess. But she is a card of secrecy. And we've been seeing it for a couple weeks now. Like there's a lot of surprise around you. When High Priestess is in reverse, it's something coming out of nowhere. So for a lot of you, yeah, whether this is an unexpected talk or one that comes in hot and heavy, it's very explosive. So in this time, I would watch out for certain communications. If you feel one that's getting a little too hot and heavy, if someone's coming at you a little too aggressive or you're losing your temper, that's something to watch out for because this is, like I said, a very explosive style talk. Okay, so just watch the communication. That's showing up big here. Now, for a portion of you, if you have been at a pause or anything like that, or something has been at a halt, don't be surprised if there is action and movement moving forward where you might hear from someone that you haven't talked to in a while. That could absolutely be it here on the back end. And it feels very sudden, okay? But I would just watch the communication. Let's go through and do a quick recap, because lots of different messages showing up here, Leo. Just take it however it hits for you. Then we'll get into our shadow card. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the 3 of Cups with the King of Swords in reverse. Now, as far as zodiac signs go, we got air signs, we got water signs, we got a little Virgo added into the mix. But a big thing I'm picking up here is like, this could represent a very grumpy individual around you that needs to lighten up a little bit. Someone that's always like serious, stern, not messing around. They might just need to lighten up. Another thing, you might need to have fun. If you've been in your head about something, if you've been all business, Spirit's asking you to like lighten that load a little bit and make some time for yourself, have fun, and take care of yourself. And we continue that trend as we move towards the middle. We have the 2 of Pentacles with the Hanged Man in the upright. If you're the type of person where a large portion of your life revolves around putting others first from time to time, or making sure they're good, Spirit could be saying like, Leo, just take care of yourself in this time. All right, mind, body, soul. Make sure you're in a good place. It's very important here. But a big thing, something could be at a halt, like at a halt or come to a stop. And to me, it does feel more like a pause. It doesn't feel like a permanent thing, but it's something that's just at a pause right now. Moving to the back end here, we see the energy continuing to move forward, coming out of this pause. We have the 8 of Wands with the High Priestess in reverse. The big thing I was picking up out of here is, yeah, this could be an explosive talk or an unexpected talk, one that either comes in really quick and you didn't see it coming, or one that could be volatile. So that's something to watch out for in this time, where if you're losing your temper or if someone's being too aggressive and they're coming at you too hard, Spirit might be referring you back to here like, listen, don't let it get carried away, because this does feel like it's popping up out of nowhere and it's very much hot and heavy. So do what you will with that, Leo. Please take a screenshot. Let's get into the shadows now. Let's see what's in the shadows for my lovely Leos, please, my guides. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see just yet. Shadow cards don't always have to be a rough thing. So let's see what's in the shadows for Leo, please. And yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get it going here. What do we got for the Leos, my guides? What's in the shadows for my friends? Okay, that card came out real quick. Queen of Wands. So this is almost identical to what I was saying in the very beginning. You remember our good friend here, the femme fatale that showed up in the very beginning? I always say, and I might have said it in the beginning too, she reminds me of Queen of Wands energy, where they all speak about self-confidence. So this could be good. Some Leos, you might be getting your groove back, even if you don't feel like you are. The energy is moving, even if you don't see it moving, which could be good. So a lot of you could be regaining your confidence in one way or another. But once again, a lot of the similar themes that we saw throughout the reading itself. This is a card that could represent you. It's not gender specific. So now is a very good time to take care of yourself, mind, body, and soul, and focus on yourself a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not a selfish thing, okay? Like, spoil yourself if you have to. But your well-being is very important here when the Queen of Wands shows up in the shadows, okay? And I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, well, Leo, this could be confidence issues, because I know Leos are very confident people, and they have the right to be. But this Queen of Wands is something connected to the self that you should really lean into in the coming days and weeks, unless you're connected to another fire sign. But yes, Leo, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like to get a personal reading done with me, you can find my digital calendar on mastermetaphysics.com, so please feel free to check it out. But for the March subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful, fantastic Tarot of the Owls. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite zodiac sign? And give me a couple reasons why. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.